Hey everyone, Tom here with a few quick announcements on the state of play of the podcast. The first being, I'm going to be battling again in 2017. I mentioned this briefly in the Revival 7 recap that I did. Please check that out if you haven't listened yet. That was kind of at the back. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure people knew this. Through the Patreon, patreon.com/battlerapresume. Going to get into that shortly as well. You know, offering several tiers on there, several ways to help support the show. Thank you so much to everyone that has been donating, by the way. It's been absolutely crazy so far. We've got $165 a month through 10 patrons at the moment, which is just madness, absolutely madness. I can't believe that, really. People have been absolutely so generous, and most generous of all has been my guy Joe, who, you know, has paid for the top tier, the $150 a month prize, and is it a prize? I don't know, I guess it's a prize. I come out of, me being Soliloquy, will come out of retirement and battle, and me and Joe have spoken, we've had a little back and forth. This is going to go down, you know, hopefully this can go down on training days or a platform similar. That would be amazing. But yeah, me and Joe are going to do this. Joe has never battled before. If you've seen any of my battles, I might as well never have battled before. If you go onto the Battle Rap Resume channel, there's a compilation there of all my rounds. I battled Nader on some lower Birmingham League spit roast. I battled Murta on King of the Ronds. Then I had 2 Don't Flop battles. I tried out against Turner and then battled 142, as I'm sure you've seen. So yeah, that is going to be happening. Absolutely crazy. Can't believe it's really going down. But yeah, hopefully in the summer sometime, quite a while off now. We're currently recording this in December 2016. But yeah, that is going to go down. Going to be great for the channel as well, in the sense that I'm definitely going to document my process. Maybe not to reveal too much because, you know, Joe will be listening. But yeah, I'm going to be talking about getting back in the ring. It's not necessarily something that I've kind of has really been in the back of my mind, like, oh, I really want to battle. But I think something like this, something a bit more interesting, because in all honesty, I'd probably get bodied by most people out there, you know, to be honest. When I went to Revival, actually, I was speaking about the Patreon briefly with Soul and Press One, and Soul said that he'd seen it, and, you know, he was contemplating doing it, but I was like, can you imagine? Imagine the bloodbath it would be, you know, especially after Australia's fucking Koja round. Definitely go on Viewpoint, check out Soul's Koja round. That whole you know, Tony, what is it, you know, you thought Tony had Haymaker, that's why he bell you, or some shit like that. Fucking, like, bars like that are perfect. Soul's a genius. But yeah, I will be battling, and the reason I'll be battling, as I say, is through the Patreon. So please go onto the Patreon, patreon.com/battlerapresume, and as you go on there, you'll notice there's a new tier on there. I launched Patreon about a week ago, and I did a little bit of market research before, seeing what people wanted, you know, putting a few vibes out there, a few feelers, seeing what people thought the structure. You never know, really. You have to go live with something and wait for people to recommend, and quite a few people got in contact afterwards asking for a feature that wasn't on there that is now on there now, that being a kind of early access program for the show. I've titled it the bootlegger tier, that being $5 a month, so that kind of, what's that, like £3.50, £3.10, 20, I don't know what the fucking rate is, but something along those lines. And what that does is that will give you access to 2 Battle Rap Resume episodes a month before they're released. Obviously, the schedule that we run on now is every Tuesday, an episode is released weekly, and those 2 episodes will be the kind of bigger names of the month, you know, the ones that people might want to watch necessarily a bit more. And, you know, as I say, a few people got in touch with this. Don't Flop kind of does this in a certain sense with pay-per-view. A lot of Patreon people, like Dead End Hip Hop is one of my favourite YouTube channels. They do this kind of thing where, you know, if you pay a certain amount, you get early access to the reviews and stuff like that, to the videos. So yeah, if you'd like to help the show, and if you just want more content, go on there, subscribe to the bootlegger tier. At the moment, Mark Grist is on there. The Mark Grist episode, for example, doesn't come out for another 8 days at the time of this recording, but if you go on there, you can access it straight away. I'll be putting stuff on there every 2 weeks. There'll be an episode, so it won't necessarily be, there won't be an extra 4 episodes a week, because obviously sometimes I don't record as much in the morning, but I've always got, I don't record as much in the future, but I've always got, you know, quite a few episodes in the bank that I think people might want to listen to, and it'll be a good way of getting content out there. And yeah, all the episodes, I should say as well, the same applies for Resume Review and all the stuff that I upload at that lower tier. They are all available to get onto your podcast player. After you've signed up to the tier on Patreon, you can access a private link, and if you just copy that in where the RSS feed would be on your player, you can access that and download the episodes there. So please don't think that if you sign up for this, you can only listen to it on your computer or whatever. No, if you're driving to work and you want to listen to extra Battle Rap Resume episodes, you can get up on there, and you know, you can just subscribe for one and get that episode, and then you can unsubscribe for the month. It's not necessarily a recurring payment, but if there's going to be an episode that you really want to listen to, like I appreciate the Mark Race one that people are really hyped for, that is dropping the 27th of December, but if you want to get it now, go onto the Patreon. So yeah, listen to the early access to the episodes. I will also be battling again, and yeah, I just want to say, I mean, I'm going to probably do a kind of recap of 2016 for the podcast very soon, but you know, we're approaching that Yuletide time, and you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to all you guys. Battle Rap Resume has been a joy to make, really. I can't believe not only that we broke 1,000 subscribers, but that we've got donations on Patreon. I'm going to be battling again. I've had some of my heroes, people that I've looked up to for a large portion of my life have guested on the show. I've had, people that have recurred on the show that I can call friends now, that I really enjoy speaking to, that I see at events. It's just been a fantastic trip, and it really wouldn't be anything without you guys listening. This sort of Patreon stuff, it's extra stuff. If you want to go there, you can go there, but the meat and potatoes of the show is always going to be the same, as I say, the event previews, the recaps, all that stuff. And we got loads and loads of great content coming very, very soon, kind of in the January, start of the new year. I've got Crafty coming on the show. Me and him are going to talk top 10 don't flop title contenders. We're going to weigh up those options. We've also got Laugh and Stalk coming on the show. We're going to do King of the Dot version of that. Nathan Jones is coming on, and we're going to talk about matches that we want to see in 2017. I've also got Battle Rap Room 101, a 2-part WRC series discussing all those sort of era. We've got tons and tons of stuff. So, yet again, if you want to, if you've got any ideas, if you come to the show and you've got an idea for the show and you want to just chat about something, just message me. I'm happy to have you on. I've had tons of people on there. If you want to do a top 5 or whatever, or you've got a more interesting off-the-wall idea, as long as it's battle rap related, I don't really give a fuck, to be honest. I'm really happy to have anyone on the show who's interested. That's battlerapresume@gmail.com. It's probably the best way to get in contact with me. Again, please subscribe on the iTunes, on the YouTube. I appreciate you've heard all this before, but yeah. All in all, I'm going to be battling again in 2017. It's going to be, I'm kind of nervous, actually. I guess it's not too bad because I'm battling someone who hasn't battled yet, so the pressure's more on me because this will be my 5th battle and his debut. But yeah, Patreon, please go on there if you want to listen to the early access to the episodes. Check that out as well. But guys, I love you yet again. Merry Christmas, have a Happy New Year, and keep watching battles.